Oscar Piastri has just dropped a bombshell that sent ripples of shock through the Formula One world ahead of the Austin Grand Prix. With a single statement, the calm and usually reserved Australian has flipped the narrative on its head. McLaren's championship campaign, supposed to be a smooth continuation of their dominant season, has now turned into a political thriller, a test of loyalty and leadership. Piastri's choice of words wasn't accidental. It was a subtle but deliberate reminder to the team that he expects to be treated as the one leading the charge, not as part of an internal balancing act. His comments have exposed the growing tension inside Woking following the Singapore controversy, where he openly questioned McLaren's handling of his clash with Lando Norris. Now, as the team prepares for one of the most crucial weekends of the season, the pressure on McLaren to show where their true priorities lie has never been higher. Behind the scenes, Piastri's timing couldn't have been more calculated. The Austin Grand Prix represents a psychological turning point in the championship, a race that could define the momentum heading into the final stretch. Everyone knows Verstappen's threat is growing, Ferrari are lurking in the background, and every small decision could decide the title. And right in the middle of it all stands Piastri, the young driver who's delivered everything they asked for and more. His performances this season have been defined by control, consistency, and quiet determination. Yet after months of subtle internal friction and mixed strategic calls, it seems he's decided enough is enough. The links connecting him to Ferrari might not be a genuine escape plan, but a calculated move to make McLaren pay attention, a power play designed to remind Zak Brown and Andrea Stella that he's not just another driver in papaya. He's the man leading their title hope. The real question now isn't whether McLaren can win the championship, it's whether they can keep their composure while doing it. Piastri's recent comments have turned the spotlight squarely onto how the team handles its drivers. Guenther Steiner's call for McLaren to finally prioritize one contender, and that contender being Piastri, has gained traction among fans and pundits alike. He's the one ahead in points, the one showing greater consistency under pressure, and the one quietly carrying the team's momentum. Trying to treat both drivers equally in a title fight is noble in theory, but dangerous in practice. McLaren are now at a crossroads: back Piastri decisively or risk splitting their own focus just as Red Bull are beginning to close in. The next few days could define not just the championship, but the future of their driver lineup altogether. As the lights prepare to go out in Austin, one thing is certain: McLaren can no longer afford to sit on the fence. Piastri's statement has forced a decision that will reveal where the team's true allegiance lie. Tension inside the garage is palpable, the stakes higher than ever, and every word from both drivers will be scrutinized. Whether this move was a warning or a declaration of intent it's working, the entire paddock is watching. So, if you're following this incredible drama, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay until the end to find out everything Piastri has said ahead of Austin. And don't forget to let us know in the comments, should McLaren finally prioritize Piastri over Norris? Piastri's latest statement has exploded across the Formula One world like a thunderclap, perfectly timed before the Austin Grand Prix and packed with quiet but deliberate intent. To the casual fan, it may have sounded like a young driver reflecting on his career, talking about evaluating the future and keeping his options open. But inside the paddock, everyone knows what those words really mean. The irony is that Piastri's performances have given McLaren every reason to back him. He's been the model of consistency, fast, precise, and mentally composed. His driving under pressure has been clinical, especially on weekends where Norris has struggled to find rhythm. Even after the chaos in Singapore, Piastri bounced back without drama, focusing on points rather than politics. It's exactly that quiet authority that makes him dangerous and makes his recent statement so powerful. He's not asking to be favored out of ego, he's demanding to be backed, because he's earned it. His message to McLaren is simple: he's the one carrying their title hopes, and it's time they start acting like it. Ferrari's shadow over this story only makes it more dramatic. Piastri's management team knows the Scuderia represents the ultimate card in any negotiation, a team with global prestige, emotional appeal, and historical weight. If McLaren don't handle this situation carefully, they could lose not only their championship, but their future star as well. The thought of another young champion in the making slipping away to Maranello would be devastating for Woking's image. And Piastri, with Webber's guidance, is using that possibility as leverage without ever having to say it outright. It's a masterclass in political pressure within Formula One. Quiet, controlled, and devastatingly effective. As the Austin Grand Prix approaches, all eyes will be on McLaren's garage. The tension is thick, the stakes enormous, and every strategic decision will be magnified under the spotlight. The paddock knows what's at play here. This isn't just a race weekend, it's a battle for control of McLaren's future. How the team responds to Piastri's bombshell will define the rest of their season. Act now, and they strengthen their title campaign. Hesitate again, and they risk watching both drivers implode under pressure while Verstappen capitalizes on the chaos. What makes all of this even more fascinating is how Piastri has evolved into the kind of driver who can influence his team without raising his voice. He's gone from being McLaren's promising rookie to their most valuable asset, a driver who understands both the racing and the politics that come with fighting for world championships. And his words ahead of Austin weren't just a comment about his future, they were a declaration of intent. He's not waiting for McLaren to decide what he deserves. He's already making that decision for them. As Formula One heads into one of the most crucial weekends of the year, the world will be watching to see how McLaren react. Will they finally put their full weight behind Oscar Piastri and chase the championship with conviction? Or will they continue to walk the tightrope of internal diplomacy